Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. I'll tell you what, it's not easy being a content creator, particularly if you're a miserable, middle-aged, mediocre one. What on earth are we going to complain about now? This manager! God. I mean, do you know what? Since Nick Voltemard scored that goal against us, which we conceded in the 28th of September, we have not conceded a goal. We did, however, though, concede a shot on target today. I don't remember it, but I'm reliably informed by the statistics that a shot on target was secured against Arsenal. So is that a sign of a wobble? Are we wobbling? Obviously, we spent a fortune on Victor Gyökeres, about half what Liverpool spent on Alexander Isak, about a third of what they spent on their two frontline players. But he scored 2 today, 2 goals from that's 5 this season. It's just irritating, isn't it? I mean, if you absolutely wanted to be pissed off tonight, what have you got? What is there? Miles Lewis Skelly rampaging through the midfield, setting up Martinelli, whose first time shot arcs past. I mean, Oblak's a really good keeper. We've made them look absolutely average tonight. So all I can imagine is that Atletico Madrid are just rubbish. And, 4-0 against Atletico Madrid. But it does make you wonder, what could we achieve as a team if we had a good manager? Like one of Europe's truly great managers, like a Diego Simeone. What if we had Diego Simeone? What could tonight have been? Instead, 4-0. 4-0. What am I going to do with a 4-0? All right, we haven't conceded a goal in the Champions League yet. 9 points from 9 points. Well done. Top of the table, unbeaten in the Champions League, not scored against in the Champions League. Team full of squad harmony. And was a handbrake on tonight? Was a handbrake on? Perhaps I could complain about a mythical handbrake. Perhaps a handbrake was on. Perhaps we were towing something. We were towing a caravan. Just didn't get started in the first half. And we're set piece FC. I know that 2 of the goals weren't set piece, but set piece FC. It's not fair. We're Stoke. Stoke just beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. And I don't know. All joking aside, I do find it quite satisfying that most of us have had to put up with how good Diego Simeone is. He cut a particularly solemn figure today. And I don't think that... I do remember thinking that because they went out to Real Madrid in really unfortunate circumstances before Real Madrid came to play us. And don't forget, Lee Gunner told us all that whichever Real Madrid or Atletico, they were going to put us in a spliff expeditiously. Not sure what he's talking about at the best of times. That's a load of nonsense. I remember thinking when we didn't get Atletico Madrid, actually might have worked out in our favour because they're a really solid street fighting team. Well, tonight was KO. Didn't feel like we got lucky. Felt like we exerted enough pressure. I tell you what I love about watching this Arsenal team. It is the way we play as a team. It's a team unity. But there's lots to talk about. There is, of course, there are other things I wanted to talk about. But that was such a good game. And I do love the Champions League because 8-game format, it's built for the bigger teams, isn't it? You know that even if you lose at home to Atletico Madrid, you could still get the 15 points you need to qualify. And failing that, as long as you've got 12 points, you're going to be in you have one extra game to play, which no one wants. But, if it keeps you in, see how many of the teams are Paris Saint-Germain. Am I wrong in saying Real Madrid qualified with the one extra game? No, I'm not. So great to see so many of you here. If you haven't yet, let's be clicking like. I want to hear from you. I want to know how you feel. And I want to know what your feelings are on this. Let's get in touch with our feelings. I'm obviously thoroughly disgusted. I'm disgusted that we can't just have a stinker of a game and, lose a couple of games. I know everyone is quick to pour scorn on us content creators, but it's not easy. It's not easy to have to come out here and where my agenda is so solidly to hate everything and to be so pleasantly surprised by a football match. I do remember the first games that we played in the Champions League under Arsene Wenger, and it was not this. We're the better side. It was not this. This has been pretty consummate. This has been pretty solid. We've played both Madrid teams in the last 2 seasons, and I don't think either of them would look forward to coming back. I don't think there's a team out. We beat Paris Saint-Germain at home last season. There is a reason we're joint favourites for Paris Saint-Germain for the Champions League. There is a reason we're clear favourites at the top of the Premier League. These are all based on betting markets, which are people's actual money being spent. There is a tide of belief behind us, and I'm not saying that means anything. But a bit later on, if we've got time, I have done some investigating too, because I've lived through 5 Premier League titles. There are people out there in their early 40s who say, "Oh, I've seen 5 titles," but that means there were 7 in '89. Come on. If you couldn't have a beer after the match, you don't remember it. It's silly. But I do remember I was 16 when in 1989, when we won the first league since 71, since that glorious double. And so I've seen a few, and I wanted to talk about what this first 8 games has reminded me of. Because obviously we can all agree that Mikel Arteta was an awful human being, a psychopath, a terrible person, a shit manager, no experience, somehow has fluked his way to a Champions League semi-final this season. And the wheels have come off. The wheels have come off, now, with the pressure of Atletico Madrid, all right, okay, narrative's bent out of shape, isn't it? I'm sure as I say all this, and I know I'm joking, but as I say all this, there is a emergency stream happening right now where people are furiously smoking cigarettes and drinking cheap, disgustingly cheap beers, trying to work out what they could be upset about, or trying to take credit for this, or trying to tell the world that this is just a fluke, and the problem with this is going to make everybody happy, and the worst thing you can be as an Arsenal fan is happy. So the antidote to a stupid idea is a good idea. So let's share some of these good ideas. I'm going to start with, do you know what? I love the way we defend as a team. I absolutely love the way we have made it almost our business to stop other teams getting a shot on target. It's getting to the point where, David Raya has to keep himself amused by chasing it down and almost giving away a goal. It's getting to the point now where Yoker is coming back and working hard defensively. Anthony, I know what you're doing, mate, but here you go. This is for you. I'm going to catch up with the chat now. He knows what he's doing. That sound you can hear is Ernie Vader getting in on the action with a little WhatsApp. So I'm going to just disable WhatsApp, and you can all deal with that later. But I know there's some of you here, of course. Well, I scarcely need to say it. On the arrival of Hawkwind, Hawkwind 4, Atletico Madrid 0. Oh my goodness, we've got a like from. Do you know what? Jason Blackshaw over at the Zuckerberg Territories. Big love. Massive elevations to you, sir. Right, I'm going to go through this because Hawkwind's here and enjoyed that game immensely. How could you? How could you when we're so close to getting this douchebag out? This arsehole manager. This manager! So close. Now I think he's got a season guaranteed, doesn't he? Sorry, I had some ice cream there. Yes, I celebrated with ice cream. What of it? I'm allowed. Hark! Your guitar in turkeys. Zante! We killed football. We killed football, says Sean. We've killed football. We've killed the joy. It's all about set pieces now. And there he is. Anthony, wee ears, big arms, Earth, Ernie Vader, Anthony dipped in Sherbet Herbert. So many names. He's like a phone book. You superstar. Oi, Razor. What a win that was. 4-0. You want some? I want him out, Anthony. He's ruining football. I want to go back to the days where we competed in the FA Cup and just the FA Cup. I don't want all this Champions League. Ribbit, great game. Well said, Kermit's middle finger. You are due a theme tune, no question about that. Slow down your typing for a moment, guys. I'm trying to catch up. Evening, landlord. I'll have a pint of FORE and a pack of bonk. Oi, what bloody golf ball? Thought you shouted 4, which is what Arsenal scored tonight. Very good. Ish. Woo! Let's go. Whoop, whoop. Too much. You're happy. We haven't won anything. I'm not celebrating till we've won the Champions League. Until we've won the quadruple, I'm not celebrating. I refuse to enjoy myself. And take that, Arteta. I do feel better. I went a full day at work today. Yay. But no, I tell you what, don't get COVID, children. It is bad for you. Hi, Malia. Hey, Hawkins, Zanzi, Kermit, and Anthony. Hi, Zanzi. Everyone's hiring each other. This is what happens when everyone's in a good mood. Trossard did nothing tonight, to be honest. Useless player. There was a point, though, honestly, where I thought, oh, come on, Martinelli. Were you born offside? Then he scored. Oh, shut up now. Miles Lewis-Skelly and Martinelli, the two players that took their places ahead of Calafiori and Trossard. Good game. I'd say so. I fucking say so. Evening, Anthony Herbert, Kermit's middle finger, Hubi Mendy, and hello, Malia, the Queen of Tea. Hi, Malia. A lot for this helloing. This is Barbix. There he is. Greetings, everyone. Clinking beers together. And there he is. Jose! Gary's here with a hello. Hello, Gary. Hope you're well. Hawkwind, is it because Jamie O'Hara played for Spurs that I dislike him so much? No, he's just a demonetized word. Hello, Gary. Bye, Gary. Anthony with his now standard riposte. That manager, how did we not score in the first half? How did Eze and Saka not score? Disgusting. Got 2 shots on target. Poor. Did they get 2 shots on target? Is that actually true? Don't wind me up. I looked. What was their second shot on target? Their first shot on target, I'm relatively sure it was the one that Raya plucked out of the air as if it had been passed back to him. No? Is that what we're dealing with now? They call it everything a shot on target. I really like the fact that it's very hard to concede goals if teams aren't getting shots. And when you looked at tonight, a lot of that was just down to the blocking. Some incredible team defending. I am now looking at the statistics. I can confirm that in terms of shots on target, Atletico Madrid had only 1. And I swear I don't. Let me have a look at what it was. I'll let me see what this shot on target was, because it feels to me like it probably wasn't a shot on target. Anton Griezmann, all blocks, blocked, missed. This is fun for you, isn't it? This is watch Dan go through absolute right. There it is. Is that it? I found it. It was saved. It was a Thiago Almada, 78th minute, an XG of 0.04. I know some of you hate it when people talk about XG, but maybe just embrace innovation. Just let's not be such Luddites. It's technology. It's not VAR. I feel we're improving. New signings have started well, but they improve. The team cohesion will get better too. I know it's not good enough. Out. Get him out of this club. Hello, Zanzi. Curtains are great. They miss you, lol. I've never known anyone to get so much action on their curtains. Honest to God. That could be your nickname. 1989, I wasn't even a thought then. I was 16 years old. And I can tell you, it was a good night. Victor Perez is UCL man of match. I don't think he should be. That's the weak starting point. I want to know, who would you make your man of the match? Personally, if you're not giving it to Gabriel, our wall at the back is Gabriel. I just love him. I mean, Gyökeres with 2 goals. People were saying, he's great. We need a player like Gyökeres so that we can beat the lesser teams. Proved it tonight, huh? Sack Arteta, sack Berta, definitely sack Gunnosaurus, I don't know if you know this, but in between jobs, Gunnosaurus, it's just who I am, mate. It's just who I am. So sack him, definitely. He's on about £1,000 a week, he is. And today, and I was 26 in 89. Well done. You're older than me. That makes you 61. Wow, look at the maths. So, television broadcast hardly focused on Arteta, and I loved it. The footballer. Do you know what? Like, I was angry. I was angry with Arteta because he got totally out tantrumed on the sideline. That's not what you want. You want a manager who's going to show it, going to really give you some anger. Really, Zanzi, I remember the 89 games so well as I was in plaster after a really bad motorbike accident. Oof. There aren't many very good motorbike accidents, but it's one of them things, isn't it? Do you still ride a motorcycle? Look at this. Alicia's here. Hi, everyone. Martinelli's finish was class, almost Henry-esque. I love it. I love your comment. I love it when you're here. How do you feel about the game? We're all buzzing, aren't we, really? I say all of us. Obviously, there is the Gluminati are sitting around desperately smoking themselves silly now, thinking, what's the emergency? Not almost. It was, Alicia. It was Henry-esque. Yes, although because the esque suffix does imply almost in itself. So, yes, I must agree with Jose. Richard Andrews, hello. How are you? Hope you're well. How was that for you? Hawk, I was plastered after the game, mate. The local was no more than 100 yards down the road and they just kept locking patrons in. I think we were all plastered, but fortunately not after a motorbike accident. Perfectly weighted pass equals a tidy finish. Miles Lewis-Skelly is just adorable. He is, kept out of the team. He could throw his toys out the pram. I've seen lots of people saying, is he been frozen out now? Is he... I think, if you're only getting to play in Champions League games, that's not terrible either. But when you get to play and, him running through the midfield, I know he's a midfield. He's defensive midfield. He's outstanding. Zubimendi, of course, is now suspended for the next match against Slavia Praha. So maybe Miles Lewis-Skelly can take up a position there. But then we have got Norgard. We've got cover. We have such a lot of cover at the moment. Are you Arteta out there? None. I don't really, to be honest with you, I wouldn't describe myself as either. I think it's mindless nonsense to be talking about the manager when there's football to focus on. I believe that Arsenal Football Club is in a good spot. We have, at least, let's all agree, we've got a chance of winning things this season. So why would we be talking about a manager? I can't think of any other team that would have that would be top of the league and where a small section of the fans, and it is just a small section of the fans, would be angrily crying for the manager out all the time. I think most rational people, even if they don't think Mikel Arteta is the one, and there's a lot of sensible, sane people who aren't sure. I'm not sure. At the moment, they're just going, it's going all right so far. There's no rush. Be one of them. Just give it a moment. Let's see what happens here. It's like Martinelli being onside. It's beautiful when it happens, but you're not always expecting it. I'm actually still in shock at the scoreline. I know. At half-time, I didn't put a bet on 4-0. I'll tell you that. Don't start that conversation is a fair assessment. Diok, man of the match. Listen, I can understand why. 2 goals. But for me, it would be the wall at the back. It was a fantastic save, but I thought it was ruled out for something. Well, no, the shot that was ruled out, that wasn't count. That doesn't count. Correction, I thought I saw 2, but Footmob said 1 shot on target. I was getting mad at this bad game. It just does make you angry, doesn't it? When you're just like, I don't have a shot on target. It's a way of keeping football interesting, isn't it? Because if your team's 4-0 up and the opposition have given up, you think, well, at least don't I really feel like that's a point in the dressing room. Like after their cold showers, which is another story I picked up on. I have no idea what's going on. We apparently let Diego Simeone know that we only have cold showers at the Emirates. Come on, put 50p in a meter. Let them have a warm shower, Gabriel, Sean and I are on the same page. Gabriel, man of the match, although you might be saying Gabriel Martinelli. I don't know. For me, it's the wall at the back is Gabriel. Just everything about him is beautiful. And I don't know if any of you were watching on Prime. I suppose everyone in England was watching the same interview, but the interviewer that insisted on interviewing him in Portuguese, and then he responded in English, and he goes, your first interview in English? No. How are you feeling today, Dan? I'm not too bad. I'm all right. I'm alive anywhere. I've had a good Irish breakfast. And to be honest, I remember their shot on target, but I don't even think it was on target. It would have been missed Raya's right-hand post. No, that one definitely isn't what I'm talking about. I know that one was wide of the left. Oh, maybe it is. maybe you're right, Maybe the very act of, maybe Ray is desperate to say he had something to do in the last 270 minutes. So he's dived for a save. Was going wide left. Big Gabby man of the match. I agree with you, Alicia. Arteta will be a legend at Arsenal. Sticking your neck out a bit there. Oh, duck. Hubi Mendy, that shot didn't count as one of the AM players that already fouled MLS in the box. That's right. That one definitely doesn't count. Zubi will miss the next game. He will. Slavia Praha. Big up one night from Canterbury Guna. I love that Adams logo that you've got. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well done, you. Hubi Mendy, that's what I thought. Must have been another one that I missed. And yeah, 78th minute. It was a 78th minute shot. And I don't think I was still watching at that point. I was just... It's not every day that your team beats Atletico Madrid. Like, can we all agree before we all have to watch YouTube descriptions of how shit Atletico are, they're not the team they were and all that, because that will happen inevitably. It happened when we beat Sporting, happened when we beat PSV, happened when we beat Real Madrid, happened when we beat PSG. It happens whenever we beat a team, turns out they're shit. Atletico Madrid, I mean, I know they're not top. I know, but they are a good team. Like, we could just agree that, can't we? I mean, they've lost one game all season. They've conceded 10. They've conceded a goal a game, but like not 4 in a game. Gyokin man of match for me. I needed to see his hard work pay off, and it did today. Gabby at the back, support clean sheets and scoring opening goals with his head. Boring, lol. boring. Arsenal, we're winning the league. I tell you what, if it finishes now, we've won it. I have done some analysis, like I said earlier, because I am an old man now and I can feel it in my bones. I lived through 5 Premier League titles, which is roughly one every 10 years. It's not great. The very idea that it will have been as long as it has been, 22 years if we win it this season, since we last held the big trophy up at Islington Town Hall. What a day that was, Hubi Mendy? I don't think I would have believed you if you'd said it'd be 2 decades, but it has been. Let's get real. This is where we are. But I was looking at comparisons because I've seen so many clips, and I know we all have, of people saying, yeah, but we're boring. This isn't sustainable. We haven't done that well. Look, I've taken the trouble to look at the first 8 games of the 89 championship winning season, the 91, the 98, the 02, and of course, Les Invincibles. And I've compared our start with those. And I think it makes some interesting reading, because obviously we can all agree Mikel Arteta's rubbish and he doesn't know what he's doing, and he's fluked his way to a 4-0 win over Diego Simeone. Just imagine how good we'd be if we had Diego Simeone right now. This manager! Probably just lucky. That's all that happens to him. I saw that Norwegian gonk scored for Cheaty 115. He did, yeah. Actually, I don't know what the final score was in any of them. I've been so preoccupied. Let me have a quick look. Let's have a look at who's won what. And I'll go through the scores. Obviously, early kickoff, I couldn't watch because of work. That's why they do it to me. I know a lot of people have finished work by 6:15, but I hadn't. Barcelona, 6. Olympiacos, with a mountain off, 1. Kairat, 0. Paphos, 0. That's the magic of Champions League when you include so many different teams. Arsenal, 4. Atletico Madrid, 0. Oh, Bayer Leverkusen. Do you remember when they were good? 2. Paris Saint-Germain, 7. Ousmane Dembele, Nuno Mendes, and 4 other goals. Let me have a look. Who scored their goals? I did not see that at all. How many goals did Nuno Mendes score? 2, looks like. Well, they've absolutely rinsed them, haven't they? Leverkusen, I don't know. They've not been the same since sacking Erik ten Hag. Copenhagen, 2. Dortmund, 4. Bouncing back from their Klassiker. Newcastle, 3. Benfica, 0. Get in. Jose Mourinho so badly wants to manage Newcastle. PSV, 6. Napoli, 2. So obviously PSV is shit when we play them. But when they play Napoli, they sorted them. Union Saint-Gilloise went down 0-4. And Man City with goals from Erling Haaland and Bernardo Silva in the first half, away to Villarreal. So good results, all of which means that before ball is kicked tomorrow, The Champions League standings are PSG at the top with 13 scored, 3 conceded, 9 points, 3 wins from 3. 3 wins from 3 also for Inter, who have scored a goal more than us, thus occupying the second position. But Arsenal, 3 wins from 3, 8 goals, 0 conceded. Not bad. Job's almost done there, isn't it? Gyok scored with his cock. It did look like it. It doesn't matter where they go in off. Enough said. Thank God for his monster. Now, we were waiting for this type of performance to come up. It's happening at a great time. It is. It's happening at a surprising time, honestly. I didn't see this coming. Ryan went to the game tonight. Yes, well done, Ryan. Hopefully we'll see him later. You've only come to see the Arsenal. Come to see the Arsenal. You've only come to see the Arsenal. I don't think Alvarez had a big strike. He did, and it was... Why do I not remember it? I remember him having a strike. Didn't it go... It wasn't his that was on target. The fans singing Are You Tottenham in Disguise every game now. Should be singing Gyok scored with his... Yes, should be singing that. No, Dan, I'm not hearing it. Tony Adams went to Arsenal training yesterday. Good. Everyone was gassing up Atletico before the game. You know what? Like I genuinely thought it was going to be a really tough game. I thought 1-0. When we scored the first goal, I thought, okay, 1-0 to the Arsenal, boring Arsenal. That's fine. It'll do me. I'm not one of these modern fans that has to see every game 1-5-0. I remember 89, where we were conceding goals quite heavily. We lost 2 of our opening 6 games. As a short spoiler before that. I know some of you were there and remember it, but a lot of young fans don't know what winning a league is like. So I'm going to share some ideas. I know Anthony Earth Vader, Anthony dipped in Sherbet Herbert, we is small arms, big arms. Sorry, where's Rosie? I haven't seen Rosie in time. She hasn't been here. This is the second show she's missed. Should we close up? I don't know. What's the point? Doesn't seem to be a point. Anyway, you're all here. That's something, I suppose. Malaya Ribbit. Everyone was saying Simeone is going to spin the block on Arteta. Can you imagine how good we'd be if we had a proper manager like Simeone? No one was confident of us getting such a stellar result. No one at all. They did seem to give up a little bit, didn't they? No complaints today from Mob Boss. Put a pencil in that. Mark that on the calendar. All it took was us not having anyone score against us since Voldemort did it at the end of September, win all of our games and beat Atletico Madrid. Comfortably. I mean, we beat them. Let's not dick around here. That was as comfortable as it gets, wasn't it? I mean, they had 1 shot on target, which is better than Fulham managed, but, it's still not good enough, is it? I was nervous about the game. I wasn't nervous, but I'm not trying to say I was expecting a win. I wasn't nervous because I just think, if you're going to lose a game, let it be this one. It's not going to keep us out of the Champions League next round. We'll still get 3 points in the next game. As it turns out, 3 points in the next game almost definitely qualifies us out of the league stage. Now it's just down to securing, so we don't have to play that extra game because we're playing enough games this season, but we do have a squad deep enough. Thoughts, please. Atleti beat Real Madrid 5-2 a few days. Yeah, there's a really good... Alicia, so far, my favourite comment. Were Rosie here, she would indubitably tell you that you are going to be her person of the stream so far. That is right. Like, I looked at that result and thought, don't really want to play them. Real Madrid are top of the league as well. So this is a result that people without agendas across the whole of the YouTube sphere and the sports world in general will be saying that's pretty good. I've never smelled my first title as much as I do now. 20 years and counting, mate. I'm really glad you said that. Do you know what? I'm going to go through a little bit later on. It's not going to be a really long stream tonight because, as you can see, my eyes are still red. I'm still struggling with COVID. Fatal. Possibly nearing the end, but I will hold on to see one more title. And possibly a Champions League. I really just want to see a Champions League before I die. But, yeah, there is a lot about this that feels familiar to those of us who do remember titles. This team just seems complete. It does. Maybe not the superstars in every position, but that doesn't always do you good. At full strength, a force to be reckoned with. Imagine Jesus on the bench, Kai Havertz on the bench tonight. Odegaard, our captain. I know that he has his detractors, but like he showed enough in a couple of games that he went on. I think he'll, when he comes back, top of the league, we'll still be top of the league, possibly top of the Champions League. There he is, Rosie. Find David, Rosie. Rosie, don't leave me on my own here all the time. It's just hard. If I don't have you in the moderating, keeping control of the chat is the one and only Fan Dabby Rosie. Are you still contagious, Big Yin? You look like a tree blossoming in the summer heat with a very light breeze. Was that fucking haiku? Poetical. I feel much better whenever I'm here. I felt great on Sunday night. Felt shit all day yesterday. I'm here again. I think there's something about you guys. It's a tonic. Dan, obviously supporting Newcastle today. This is blue. I'm not fucking about. Look, this is blue. All right. Don't know why the colours get mad. Anyway. Hey, chat. Commiserations. Nothing to complain about. Man, the castle in this chant. Leah. Jose. Second half was amazing. I was busting a move at the final whistle and stumped my toe on a pool table in my living room. Mate, you got a pool table? Let's get around yours. We haven't got a pool table in the pub. Let's get around the pool table. You any good? I can imagine you're a bit of a hustler. You look a bit like Paul Newman. Yes, I'm flirting with you. Hey, Zandy, how are you? There he is, all good. I tell you who we're missing now. Fresh drip art. He's so high he can't find his laptop. Dun, 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 dun. Stubbed. Idris Adam. Are you, young man? Young man. Really good tonight, Rosie. Yes, he is. We're bastard good right now. That's a beautiful turn of phrase. We're bastard good right now. Will be an aberration not to be lifting a trophy this season. It would take some explaining, wouldn't it? It would take some explaining. If you, and I intend to, if you compare our start this season with the starts of the other 5 Premier League titles I have been fortunate enough to live through, and I did live through them. I was old enough to watch games and go to games. When you hear Lee Gunner talking about how he's seen us win 5 titles, he was 7 in 89 and 9 in 91. I'm sure he wasn't having a beer after the matches. Why are you slightly blurry? You're out of focus, mate. Sort your camera work out. Does it matter? Do you know what? See yourself. Is that better? Am I clear now? I don't know. It's probably your connection, mate. And it's probably have you got your glasses on? Well, that's marvellous. You're welcome. Yeah, stubbed brain fog, lol. You keep your brain in your toe, do you? Right, these adverts, you know what to do then. Sponsor the stream, mate. Sponsor the stream. I'm just a hard-working YouTuber. No one ever complains on Lee Gunner's chat. Or you could get premium. May I suggest you get premium? I'm not getting ads, Dan. Turn them off for me. I would always turn them off for you, Rosie, if I could. You are... you don't buy anything off them anyway. Haiku, indeed. Dan, come on, turn them off. Put a quid in the meter. I'm sure Haiku played for Celtic. Have you got a manager yet, Rosie? I think I heard someone said you had a manager now. That must be nice for you. Stop flirting, Dan. Never. Pool table in the living room has always been a dream for me. Mate, your game gets better when you've got a pool table in the living room. It just does. As an air hockey table once, so I'm never going to be any good at air hockey. My dad bought my sister and I a full-size English pub pool table when we were young. Hustler! I think we should have a pool tournament, guys. I think I'd come last. Pool table was in a basement growing up. See what I mean? Like everyone's got a pool table. What's going on? I should get one. Fucking, I've got room for one. I'll just clear out the sofa. No one's going to mind if the sofa's not there, if there's a pool table to sit on. I'm wearing my glasses, yeah. Just get a free ad block and you don't get adverts. Exactly. We sure do have a manager. Not convinced, but need to give him a chance. Well, did you pick him? Was he picked out of a raffle? Does everyone have to put their names in? Does every Scottish person have to put their name in a hat and whoever gets pulled out? Is it Jock McJockerson? He's going to give it a go. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't be any worse than that last prick. Bro, I can barely do FPL. Allow pool, please. Oh, do you know what? I was going to say this a minute ago. Ernie Earth Vader is only here, so I mentioned the. Let me dig that out. And of course, if anyone wants to join, then here is your link. I tell you what, we haven't had Gary on for a while. Maybe he's still here. Yeah, it's a bit like the independence referendum, but shitter. I tell you what, why did you lot all vote to? Why did you vote to remain? Like, I mean, I have just love for Scotland and the people of Scotland, and I would have thought you'd be better off untethered from this United Kingdom, from our Prince, not Prince Andrew, from our, you know, our flag waving, angry people waving flags, angry people not waving flags. It's a bit of a shit. Keep reading it. It's doomed. We're doomed. Why don't you float off, create your own? You know, Scotland is an independent country once again. Anyway, on such political matters, I beg you, please be kind as he enters the stage. It is, of course, Zanzi. Zanzi, bienvenue, welcome. How are you tonight?
I'm absolutely disgusted by our performance tonight.
Oh, fucking don't, mate. I'm so sick of this manager and his feeble handbrake on football.
Well, it's not that. I mean, how the hell do we let a team have a shot on us? Which I don't even think was actually on target. I think it was just going past the right-hand post.
But I'm gonna. Do you know what? It's so controversial that I actually don't remember this shot at all, because it happened, and I thought they'd given it for the one that Raya sort of plucked out of the air. I thought at the time, I remember thinking that's a bit much if that counts as a shot on target.
Well, no, that one there actually was on target, but the problem is one of their players has already brought down Miles Lewis-Skelly in the box. So of course,
I know exactly what you mean, but the one in the 78th minute, let me just say,
it was a low one, and he shot with his left foot because he's on the left hand side, and Raya saved it. But I looked at it and I thought, well, no, it's already going past the post. But I thought Raya thought, well, fucking hell, I haven't done anything all day.
I'm not sure it's the one you're thinking of, because there was, the one you're thinking of was given wide. That was in the 86th minute. That was Anton Griezmann.
No, it wasn't Griezmann who shot.
So you sure it was Thiago Almada?
I don't know who it was, but I know it was someone who's on the left-hand side, but it wasn't Griezmann, because Griezmann hadn't come on them, I don't think.
We'll get to the bottom of this. We will get to the bottom of it. But in any way, the statistics, rightly or wrongly, show that they missed one big chance. I don't even know what that would be, to be honest with you.
That might be the one which hit the crossbar from...
Oh, yeah. That was beautiful. You don't mind conceding goals like that. Their XG was 0.67, which is quite high for our recent record. I know, listen, I love the fact that people get so upset about XG, but they never get upset when you say how many shots on target there were, do they? Yeah, that's quite a lot of XG for us. Teams aren't getting that at the moment. We're doing well. I think we're doing quite well. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that. I think at the moment, you know, we went, what was it? Since 28th, when did we play Newcastle? 28th of September, I think it was. 28th of September, Sunday, 28th of September. Voltemard's goal in the 34th minute is the last goal we conceded.
I think in the second half, at half time, Arteta must have been giving his Mark Antony speech against after the death of Caesar, cry havoc and let's slip the dogs of war.
God, let's slip the dogs. I don't think it was him. I think it was Gabriel Heinze. I think he was like, any of you think you're coming back into this dressing room to have a cold shower without us scoring at least 4 goals, I'll fucking do for time for one of you lot. And I think they believed him. No, I love it. I think it's very hard to think. If I had to put a pin in, I cannot honestly think what are the emergency streams going to be tonight. It's going to be the even more odious ones where Jez happy. You're supposed to be grateful that he's happy for once in his life.
They're getting a moan saying, "Oh, yeah, Yoku has scored 2 goals," but it was like 2 foot off the goal line, so they don't really count.
They don't count. Yeah, he scored one with his dick. That doesn't count. Not allowed dick goals. And also, why didn't he score? You know, like I have to say, if I'm really rooting around for things to be pissed off about, I would have to have a chat with Martinelli. You know, like, do you understand the offside rule? Can we just have a moment where we just sit him down and go, be behind the ball? You could just have to be behind the ball. He's so close to being onside for that tap in. But I just love the way that Saka sort of consoled him. I think the way they celebrated with Gyökeres is beautiful. It is a real team spirit. Don't do it. Don't go into politics. I'm going to politics. I'm running for the Guna Party. Yeah, miserable about everything. We want our right. I'm standing up for our rights to be miserable. So close, people were scared they thought wouldn't get their pound back from Asda Trace. Definitely the comment of the night so far. That's bumped Alicia's comment down. Brilliant stuff. It's Zanzi Zidane. Indeed, Malia. Someone hit the crossbar for Madrid doesn't count. That is not on target. It should. How do we feel about it, Zanzi? If you hit the crossbar,
no. If you hit the crossbar and comes out, then it's not on target, is it?
No, I know, but it does kind of. Do you not get where I'm coming from, though? It kind of feels like.
Oh yeah, but there again, then surely if a defender's on the line and blocks it, technically speaking, that's not on target either because the keeper didn't save it.
That's on target. That's a shot on target.
Well, no, but if defenders block a shot which is going towards the net, if they're like where the penalty spot is, and they block a shot which is going on target, that is a blocked shot and it's not on target.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So is that true? So if he's on the goal line and he clears it, that doesn't count as a shot on target.
Technically, it shouldn't. No.
No, I'm saying does it or doesn't it?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't because the keeper didn't save it, which is absolutely bonkers.
Well, things bonkers, isn't it? But then there used to be a time, and I'm thinking 89, 91, 98, 2002 and 2004, where no one ever kept a tally of shots on target. It just was not a thing we ever talked about. We're having to find more and more things to keep us interested in football because it is getting a bit processional. Please make sure you've pressed the like button and you're subbed to the channel. Good God, if you're not, what's going on? Ah, here he is. Was it Limbs? Are you Tottenham? Are you Tottenham? Are you Tottenham in disguise? Are you Tottenham in disguise? Can we play you every week? Do you know what? It was beautiful, wasn't it? Great to see you, Nath. Was you there? Yes, you was. Was you there? Stu MC. What a beautiful result. Balance. Simeone sells $1 billion. Arteta buys $1 billion. Yeah. I think they're missing Berta, aren't they? Martinelli has been saved by Ancelotti. Pretty amazing to see. Do you mean because he played him in Japan? I don't really know what you mean there. But I'll take it. Welcome. Dan's running for the Monster Raving Guna Party. I will ruthlessly crush anyone else running for the leadership of the party. Block is on target. A block is on target. There you go. Sir, I told you, man. You're just chatting, innit?
No, it's not on target.
I love it when you get frustrated. Oh!
No, because I know in our last 2 league games, technically speaking, we've not had a shot on target against us, but defenders have saved, headed the ball away, cleared the ball away, and they've not been counted as being on target.
Oh, I love it when you get angry. God, it really is exciting to me. I'm going to have a look because I think you're right. I
mean, who did we play last time? West Ham, wasn't it?
Fulham. We played Fulham.
Fulham, yeah. I can't think who it was from Fulham, but he had a shot.
Now, if you
Gabriel headed the ball over the bar. If you'd like to keep
the audience entertained while I look it up, because that is exactly what I'm midst of doing right now, sir. I am looking it up.
But they're getting the BBC, going with stats and stuff like that. But they now
Adama Traore's shot in the 90th minute was blocked, which would otherwise have been on target, and they did not have a shot on target. So blocked does not count as shot on target. If a defender blocks it, it's not on target. If it hits the post, it's not on target. I know, but I know it's not, and I understand why it's not, but I kind of feel like it should be almost, don't you? Is it just me?
I think it's just you, mate.
Well, fucking fine. No free drinks for anyone tonight then. Correct deal. Kai Havertz is expected to return within the coming weeks. Of course he is. Tristan, do you read your comments before you cut and paste them? Of course he's expected to return in the coming weeks. He hasn't died. Havertz has once again blown Arsenal medical staff away with his determination to get fit because everyone else is just sitting around doing their Rubik's Cube. Of course he's fucking coming back. And who's this John Crow? Is John Cross? Is that from the Mirror still? The Millet, tonight's emergency meeting will soon start as last night's emergency meeting finishes. Emergency, we're down to our last 400 cans of cheap, disgusting beer. Lol, I might actually wake up for the Irish breakfast show. And in the full Irish, I'm not just being pedantic here, but when he does his full Irish, at the beginning, the Irish breakfast he's eating is indeed probably an Irish breakfast. But the picture that he sits in front of every day has beans in it. And I've been doing some research, and I can tell you a full Irish does not contain beans. So he's sitting in front of a full English. What a melt.
Yes, I am Idris.
Huh?
Yes, I am Idris.
You're Idris.
No, yes, I am.
This is all starting to make sense now.
You skipped over his comment.
I know, because I can imagine it was you that were going to. I mean, that Ancelotti has 1 or 3 weeks of international football and revived Martinelli's composure. Well, I definitely don't think you could say that about the previous. Oh, what was his name? The Swedish manager who got tin-tacked. And now, perhaps, the new Swedish manager can. Oh, he hasn't got to now, has he? Potter, apparently in conversation with Jokkers, has boosted his confidence enough to see him score two good goals. He scored twice. That's what everyone wants, isn't it? If this result can possibly be spun, I have to see how. I can't wait to see how. It's happening as we speak. I guarantee you there's an emergency stream right now. Yeah, 4-0. It flattered us. You know, it wasn't as good a result as it looked. These top gooners are all going to be happy now with a 4-0 defeat of Atletico Madrid. And they're not going to see what we can really see, which is it should never have been 4-0.
Yeah. Well, why were people leaving the stadium with 3 minutes to go when we're 4-0 up? You know,
our XG was only 2.24. So people who hate XG and can't stand to say it will say, well, it was only 2.24. We did overscore in that game. 2-0 would have been fine. I think we've been greedy. I think that's what the stream should be about. Greedy Arsenal. The Goon absolutely gutted they've banned Maccabi fans at Villa. Had my train booked and everything. Genuine question: how can hitting the crossbar not be on target if it's part of the goal? Ooh, there you go. See, me and Malia, two voices of reason. Join us.
It's the outside of the goal. It's not the actual goal itself.
At least Malia accepts what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like it's.
Oh yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it's wrong.
Engage patronizing tone. I understand what you're saying too, Zanzi, but it's wrong. And now for Zanzi, are you good at pool again? He still is, I believe. He probably still is. Can you make sure you ask that several times throughout the night? Well, you're going to trust stats like XG, big chance when Haaland is clutch and Kane shits his pants in any game of true pressure. XG is nonsense. I do love that people are so anti-XG. Are there any stats that you do trust? Do you trust shots on target? That's a shit one. Possession stats? Shit. Are we not allowed to have any stats at all? All XG does is it defines how likely it was that under normal circumstances a goal would have been scored. Of course, it doesn't tell you very much, but it does tell you when a player has missed a shot they should probably have scored, which is what you're alluding to. Kane shits his pants in any big game of true pressure, but Kane doesn't get shots on target in those games, so he doesn't have an XG. There's 0 XG. He had 0 XG in the finals, 0 XG in the semi-finals. He'd never scored a goal in a big match. I get it, but that's would be reflecting his XG. May I suggest you read XGenius? Yeah, he does 100 lengths every morning, Adam. Leah because the crossbar is not the goal. Oh, Boy-Tendio's taking it on.
No, Boy-Tendio.
What is it then? What is it? If it's not the goal, what is it?
It's the frame of the goal.
That's a goal, then, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you've got a picture on the wall, you don't think, "Ooh, that's a nice picture." Shame about the frame.
No, because I always have a good frame. What are you trying to say? Look. I mean, I don't know what you're saying, but pictures on my wall have very good frames. Look at that one. It's a beautiful frame. It's just, how dare you? How very dare you? AJ, Vex, AJ. Hi, Dan. Hi to you. Jokeres scored with his dick. It's going to be the song for the night, isn't it? Now for the real brain.
Can we have a look at that picture again and see if it's on the wonk or not?
Oh, that one isn't.
I don't know. I don't know, actually. It's sort of leaning slightly to the right, isn't it? I think we need to have
Rosie and Weers to weigh in on this one.
Yeah, I think we need Anthony to.
I think there's a solid chance that I've put that one up wonky as well. I live on a hill.
Yeah.
Nath, I've got to say it. Stick your Irish breakfast up your arse. That's a quote of the day as well. Look, they're flying in. We need Carl S. He's always good at these. Danny boy. Stu MC with John Cross explains a lot. Kind of brainless journo who thinks Luke Shaw is an athletic specimen and not Barney Rubble Incarnate. I love that image. Luke Shaw's stolen a living, hasn't he? But it came off. That's brilliant. There's a lot of sexual imagery. That's you're all Arteta sexuals now. Boy 10, big laugh. Forget the perfect hat trick score. Hat-trick off your goal. Come on, son. I've seen you can do it now.
They're going to be singing that in the next Arsenal match, aren't they? You scored to his dick. You scored to his dick.
They're not going to sing anything because we're so shit at the moment. John Dale Thompson, I think you're right. I think that's who it was, isn't it? But now it's Graham Potter. He's not the real wizard. 5 goals in 12 games. Gyok. Yeah. Betty Ogidan, great to see you, mate. What did you think? We looked proper. Oh, shit. We looked proper excellent, start to finish. Very interested to see how our league form compares to this evening going forwards. Obviously, I'm not taking anything for granted, right? I'm really not. But I'm almost through the comments. I want to get to the comparisons for the 5 previous seasons we have won the league, which I remember. Benny Ogden, anyone notice when Simeone brought on an extra attacker, the floodgates opened? Yeah. I didn't really see the correlation there. I just think, well, I thought it was strange to start Martinelli, but it proved all right, didn't it? I mean, they came at us, and you'd expect them to with the players they've got. I mean, that's a good team we just beat. I know everyone's going to say they're not, but Sorloth and Alvarez up front, that's a solid. I remember seeing Sorloth play, I think it was a Real Madrid game end of last season, and thinking, oh, God, he's good. Wish we were in for someone like him. But obviously, you can't get him. And now, looked average tonight. He looked below average, came off. I don't trust the passing stats. This is perhaps my craziest football take. All passing stats are made up. Hear me out. I can only recommend this book, X Genius, because it really goes into detail of how they're decided. Passing stats, I think there's going to be a bit of noise in there. If you're looking at statistical analysis, there's signal and there's noise. I think, when you see players passing it around back and forth with each other, but the statistic he talks about in X Genius is really interesting. Tags, which is how many players a movement cuts out. So if you pass the ball through 3 defenders, it has a higher valuation in terms of field tilt. There's loads of stats we never get to see, obviously. And ultimately, I don't need stats because I just watch a match and it doesn't really matter if I think Arsenal are a better team tonight. That's how I saw it, statistically or otherwise.
The best stat of any game is the final result.
Yeah, that's it.
No.
That is the only one that anyone should care about. Who is top scorer in the Champions League so far? In terms of goals, it's Paris Saint-Germain. 7 in a game doesn't hurt. I don't know who the individual is, but someone will look that up, I'm sure. What's XG, expected goals? I expect goals every fucking week. Do you know what? It's worth. I know you know this, but it's worth me saying XG doesn't tell you how many goals to expect. It tells you how many you should have expected. It's not a forecasting tool at all. It just takes all the shots you've had and quantifies them. I'm sure I will do a video about it because I know there's not the appetite to discuss it really. Everything in a wonk in Dan's room, lol. I like my life a little tumultuous. Varga 2. The only time passing stats were corrected properly was when Barcelona were in their prime and then stat collectors realised no one cares really and promptly decided to thumbs up them weekly. Passing in terms of like the number of passes, things like that, it's not relevant. Field tilt is far more important in terms of possession, but there are passes that are measured in terms of their efficacy, and the stats on those are usually quite good. Here we go. Stuart, the picture's fine. It's a... I think you are slowly winning. You're slowly winning. I can tell you that. You are about to be nominated as the man of the stream. Yes, Rosie, thanks. You good also. And shut up the haters. No one will ever shut up the haters. They do vital work. Make football boring. Make football angry. Make people upset. Who's going to upset everyone if not them? It's not straight. Idrissa Dam, I can normally rely on you for truth, veracity, honesty, integrity. And if you say it's not straight, I think we can all agree with you. All good, thanks. Yeah, where are the Donnies crying out for Leo and Gabby replacements? Gone awfully quiet again. They have gone a little bit, haven't they? But then you look at the Liverpool fans, like, you know, they've spent 400 and something million on exquisite attacking players that everyone wanted. They won the league last year out of nowhere, and they're only 8 games in, and they're all fucking talking about Arnie Slot out.
Leading goal scorer in the Champions League is some bloke who's already been knocked out from Ferencváros or something like that.
Oh, okay,
he scored 6 goals in 6 games. But for a player still in it, it's Mbappe, 5 goals in 2 games.
Okay. Did you not play tonight then?
No,
hang on a minute. Yeah, they're playing tomorrow, aren't they? Silly me.
Yeah.
Dan's room needs plastering. There's a few cracks in the top corner of the room. There isn't. What are you on about?
Does he mean top corner or does he mean top gooner?
Well, I imagine he means top gooner, but I don't know what he's on about. Have a quick look at that. Well, that's a bit much, isn't it? There's no cracks. Anyway, it's to be honest, it needs to be torn down and rebuilt with a swimming pool. That's what it needs, this outbuilding. That's a good team. Alvarez would get into a lot. I love Alvarez. Julian Alvarez is the one that got away from me. I think if I could imagine if we had him in. Well, he's just a very good player. We were never going to get him though, were we? The wall and sign are both completely straight. It's Dan and his black and white Adidas zipper that are uneven. Yeah, I'll give you that. You're a legend. Crystal Palace, Brighton, Champions League game, Burnley, Sunderland, next 5 games. Yep, thanks for that. I'm all good tonight, Rosie. Rosie! Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Can you join in, Zanzi? Because otherwise it's just me and it sounds ridiculous. Dun, 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 dun.
You're not going to get cut out for this, are you?
No.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure that's copyright free. But what is going to happen is that since Rosie has given us a super sticker is all that it takes to make this worth doing. Thank you, Rosie. You know how much I mean it and how much I appreciate it. The monetization is now off until it is still there for anyone who's watching it on repeat because you weren't here after the game like the rest of us. We've all made an effort. Where were you? Gooner is misspelled. Where's it? Shut up. Gooner is not misspelled. They're trying to get me going now. Hardest game out of the current bunch of games I feel was Fulham away. Let me just quickly look at that because I'm not sure I've got that down as the hardest game. Let me just quickly check my template for stats. Fulham away? No, not at all. West Ham home was actually arguably a tough game, and Palace at home is going to be tougher as well. Hard to put a value on how tough Burnley and Sunderland are, but I'm expecting 3 points from them. If we could get 3 points out of Palace, I think we will get 4 points. I do have the first 8 fixtures of the last 5 Premier League games to hand, so we can go through that and establish a comparison. It should say Goober. Goofy Goober. Geezer just said that passing stats are made up. Are you Luca in disguise? Are you Luca in disguise? His disguise is a shit, mate. He's not fooling anyone. No, but do you know what I mean? I totally get that people don't pay attention to passing stats. You know, what difference does it make? You pass the ball 400. Well, how many games did we play last season where we passed the ball about so often that we never had a single shot? So, yes, monetization is now off. You can thank Rosie, Fandabby Rosie, for that. You will not endure any advertisements.
The only passing stat I like is not how many we do, but how accurate we are. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it's difficult to passing accuracy. Obviously, is an important stat, but again, I mean, an accurate pass that doesn't bisect any opposition players is fundamentally useless. If we watch the stream upside down, the pictures are fine. Have you tried that, Malia? Are you doing that? Imagine that. I'm laying down. It's straight. Do you mean straight? Yeah, you did mean straight. It should say Buna. Anthony will find an issue where there isn't. Why he's a rich builder. She's got you there. I think that roof will have to come off. But I just had it put on. I'll have to go. I'll have to. Right, said Fred. Yeah, I just put my TV on an angle. It's straight now, Rosie. Keep the ads on for Anthony. He loves them. What? I'd love to know what adverts you all get, actually. What West Ham at home? Come on. I tell you what that's based on, Benny. That's based on the results we've gotten against that team at home over the last 5 seasons. And in the last 5 seasons, we've accrued an average of 1.8 points per game, whereas Fulham away, we've accrued 2 points. So it's based on that. Why am I still getting that? Give it a moment. I think you secretly like the ad, so go ahead, buy one. Crystal Palace away would be tough, I expect, for us to win at home. Yeah. All I'm saying, like dutifully pointing out that my stats are not based on current form or anything else.
You do know that Mr. Herbert's adverts he's still getting is for cider or power tools.
Yeah. Use cider power tools all at once. Yeah. So, yeah, Arsenal fixtures. Yeah, right there. I'll tell you. So, so Crystal Palace, we've drawn 3 times at home against them in the last 5 years and won twice. So 9 points to give a 1.8 average, which is lower than we had for Fulham away. His disguise is all shit, mate. Very true. Rosie, that's a secret. They keep sending me erectile dysfunction pills like they've been listening to my private conversations. Oh, dear. The pills don't work. A friend told me. If passing stats are made up, then explain why key passes, because if you can see a carbon copy scenario in a pass, not get counted as key. I don't have an answer to that. I mean, a key pass... I always thought key pass should be an assist that didn't lead to a goal. You know, where there's a shot or I don't know. Stats are really just a guideline, aren't they? You can't really rely on them for anything. Why are you getting Anthony's ads, Jose? Visions of Anthony up the step ladder, plastering down the wall on a live mate. Would you all like to see that? I think, come on, we can make that happen. We can have fresh drips, supplying him a steady stream of cigarettes.
Is a ladder strong enough to support his arms?
Doesn't really need a ladder either. He can touch the ceiling from here. He's a giant of a man. And where are we at now? So, and Dan standing on the bottom of the ladder crying as he's down 1,500 quid. This entire building isn't worth 50. Well, maybe actually it's not true. I think it's about $4,000. But yeah. Palace 7, Arsenal 2. I'll put a bet on that for you, Rosie, but it won't be much, and it won't happen actually. So yeah, I was looking back. I was having a wee contemplate, because I tell you what, there are a lot of people angry, saying that this Arsenal form isn't sustainable. You can't, it's not that good. What's Mikel Arteta done? I'm not cheering for him till he wins something, all of that, right? And I thought, I don't know. Then I saw this one really intelligent woman, and I only saw a clip of her. I didn't actually watch the whole thing because I've been ill. But she was saying she'd be embarrassed if we won the title playing this kind of football. And I thought, well, no one was embarrassed in 91. 89 wasn't embarrassing. When you win the title, it's never embarrassing. I don't think Liverpool fans were embarrassed last season when they didn't play that well and won the title.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, we won the title. No. Yeah. Sorry,
Championes. I'm sorry. No, fuck off. Never embarrassed to win a title. But that's what she said. So I looked at it and I was like, in 1989, in the first 8 games, we lost our second game away to Aston Villa 3-2. And we lost our 5th game away to Sheffield Wednesday 2-1. We had 14 points after 8 games. So not quite the 19 that we have now. George Graham's record improved considerably in 91. Remember, 91 is a season where we conceded the fewest goals. We were really grinding results out. There were some good results in there, but we were grinding out results 1-0, 2-0, 1-0, 2, But in the first 8 games, we didn't lose. We only lost 1 game all season away to Chelsea, and that was in, I want to say, December. But in the first 8 games, we amassed 18 points, having drawn 3, won 5. So, in short, George Graham has never achieved the record that Mikel Arteta, no one has. He has conceded the fewest goals of any Arsenal team in the first 8 games. So don't expect any surprises there. I'm talking more about points, right? Because that George Graham side, that conceded the fewest goals all season, in the first 8 games had conceded 5. That's comparable, but not favourably so. By the time George Graham has been sacked for having his bungs, and Arsene Wenger comes along, his first season, of course, 96, 97, he joins not quite at the beginning of the season, doesn't win it. But his first full season, he does win it. But in the first 8 games, we lost away to Liverpool 2-0. Drew with Chelsea, drew with Villa to accumulate 17 points from the first 8 games. 2 fewer than we're currently on. In 2002, we accumulated 17 points, having lost, and I was at the opening home game of that season, was a 2-1 defeat at Leeds. And what I remember most from it was just how brilliantly Robert Pires played, because he'd been a bit crap the season before, but he came good. And then, of course, you got the Invincibles. Now, the Invincibles is the only time in my life that we've started the first 8 games with more points, but we still conceded 3 goals more. So those of you who are looking at Arsenal now thinking, I can kind of feel like something's in the wind, it's the second best start. If this goes on to be a title-winning season, it will be the second best first 8 games of all of them. I'm happy to put my neck on the line and say this is the season we do it.
After those leagues that we've won, I think it could have been Arsene Wenger's first league. Is that the one where we won it with about 4 or 5 games to go?
No, that was. Do you not remember? we won it against Everton at home.
I remember it. Yeah, 4-0.
The 2002, the Invincible season, where we won it at Spurs, there were about 4 games to go. In 2002, there's about 3 or 4 games to go.
Because I knew it is one of them, and we'd won it, and then I think we sort of let things slide a bit because.
The George Graham 91, you might be thinking of.
That's it, yeah. Because what one of my mates at work was a Man United fan, and he says, "Oh, we almost caught you up there," and I'm thinking, well.
91, it wouldn't have been Man United. In fact, we played Man United. Nottingham Forest took on Liverpool earlier in the day. And no one was really expecting Liverpool to lose to Nottingham Forest. And Ian Wone scored an absolute cracker and they won 2-1. And the players came out to play Manchester United having already won the league. So we won the league at Highbury that day on a technicality. In 98, we won it at home, beating Everton 4-0. It was a magical day with obviously Adams' now famous "Would you believe it?" moment. 02, we won at Old Trafford with Sylvain Wiltord's goal. I think there were only a couple of games left that season, maybe 3 or 4. I can't honestly remember. I just remember watching that in the Steam passage. Jubi Mendy Sean was there. Pretty sure you were anyway. I remember very little of the good times. But so I just think, look, if you're looking at when people want to chat a lot of breeze, don't they? They want to say, like, oh, well, this isn't sustainable. You go, it was sustainable in 91. The only thing that's really interesting to me is our start, and I haven't looked at it yet. I think our start 3 years ago was better than this one. You know, we had an incredible first half of the season, but it fell away. So, of course, there's nothing you can do till you're actually holding the trophy to convince people who don't think you're going to win it. But I think for anyone who's objectively looking at this from a stats point of view or a rational point of view, would say we have a very good chance of winning the league this season. I would happily win the title, scoring every single game like Amorim does, scamming every single game like Amorim does. How funny that they finally win back-to-back games against Liverpool. Not a back-to-back game against, you know what I mean. That this is a game I absolutely never saw coming. And Liverpool, of course, in action in the Champions League tomorrow against Frankfurt. You'd have to fancy them, wouldn't you? You have to think they're going to do it. It's
not really good sausages.
Oh, is it Frankfurt they're playing? Sorry, have I gone mental? I know it is, yeah. Yeah, they're playing Frankfurt away. Frankfurt. And then Liverpool. I think, you know, like I do think Florian Wirtz will come good. Maybe that's the game for him. Maybe that's where he finally gets his shit together. Then they've got Brentford away, and that'll be a really interesting match on Saturday night. Might even do a watch along for that one. Rosie, okay, I'll wait. You're the best team in Scotland, blah, blah, blah. Best team in Scotland. Who? That's not a thing, is it? Who had the handsome devil at the bottom of my TV screen? What? Who that handsome devil at the bottom of my TV screen? What are you on about? Are you watching this on TV? Do you guys watch this on big screens?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Blimey. I just assumed all on your phones. I'm glad we're not the only ones who are dire at the moment. No, you're not. Right. That's the guy doing sign language, Anthony. Hope he hasn't got arms like yours. On a serious note, you've just appointed another failure. Is it finally time for us to win the Iron Brew Trophy? Is that a real trophy? I'm only asking because I haven't actually got a clue about Scottish football, which could make me your next manager, Rosie. This is easily the season we win it. I really feel like, why not? I remember listening to Amy Lawrence on Handbrake Off, which is a podcast I really love. How many of you listen to that? I think it's brilliant. And I've decided I'm not listening to any more negative shit. So, like, I'm so sorry, Messrs. Gunner, Northside, Shane, and Jez. You've lost a listener. I'm not waking up every day shouting at my fucking phone anymore. I'm only listening to positive stuff. Ian Stone, Amy Lawrence. I remember Amy Lawrence talking about the season at Roma. She was in Rome for the season Roma thought they were going to win the title. And you weren't allowed to say that they might win the Scudetto. You had to say trucca trucca. That's what they used to say instead trucca trucca. And so I'm not superstitious. So fuck it, we're going to win the league. You can always sue me if we don't. And I'll blame Arteta. They won't be able to keep up with us. We're gone. We've got a good run of games, but you know what it's like. We can always lose one, can't you? You can always draw against Crystal Palace. City, I mean, I think you have to look at it objectively and go, City with Erling Haaland on this kind of form are always going to be dangerous. You know? I mean, you can't rule Man City out, I don't think. But why shouldn't I be confident? Why shouldn't I be? I mean, what is the point of football if you can never enjoy being like... When teams aren't even getting shots on target against you, you could be reasonably quietly confident. That is a hell of an achievement, I think. Man City...
Be confident, really, wouldn't that?
Say again?
It'd be stupid not to be confident a little
I
bit.
think so. I don't think I think you could be superstitious and you could be irrational and say, I'm not confident because if I'm confident, then aliens will kill us all. But there's no sense in it. I mean, Man City have got Villa away, Bournemouth at home, Liverpool at home, Newcastle away for the next 4 games. Right? So I think that they might only pick up 6 points from those 4 games. Liverpool have got to play Brentford away, Villa at home, City away, Forest at home. And of course, Forest no longer have Ange Postecoglou, so anything's possible. They might remember they were a good side. So we, on the other hand, have Palace at home, Burnley away, Sunderland away, Spurs at home. And Spurs is a game I think we've won 4 of the last 5 times they've been to the Emirates. So I'm quietly confident because that's rational. Only we can lose this thing for ourselves now. I think it's too early to say that, Boy Tendio. I think it's still too early to say it's in our hands to throw away, but it is.
Didn't we draw with Spurs at home last season?
Yeah, let me double check. Gabe, no, we was it a 1-0 header from Gabriel? Or was that White Hart Lane? No, I think we beat them 2-1 and they went 1-0 up with Son goal. Is that last season?
Oh, yeah, 2-1 to us. Season, oh no, it's 20. It was
I can tell you when it was.
We drew 2-2.
I can tell you. I've got all of it here to hand.
I'm looking at it now, mate.
Yeah, so we drew not last season, the season before.
Yeah.
And it was the 2-2 where Jorginho gave away the ball. Saka scored a penalty and then they equalised. And yeah. How can you possibly say our new appointee is a failure? He's not managed the game for us. Keep that negative for your own club. You can say he's a failure because he's the Rangers manager. If he was really good, he'd be Celtic manager, no? I like to push the buttons, Rosie. Easily, he's pony. He's a Rangers. Oh, I just did that. Sorry, I didn't see you'd already done it. Liverpool last season wasn't sustainable. Well, it didn't sustain it. We just never caught up, did we? Who manages Arsenal? Ex-Rangers player. See yourself out. Harsh. That sustainable talk is rubbish. He only holds weight when you look at what everyone else is doing. No one else looks as ready as us, as good as us. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cherky's back for Man City. Marmouche won't be out forever. They've got players coming back, but their big problem is they just don't look the same team without Rodri. And you know that's. I think anyone would feel that way. I didn't see the match tonight. I didn't see how well they did. I didn't know how well they controlled the game. Looks from the stats, it looks like they were pretty much in charge first half and then allowed Villarreal a spell in the second half. But Villarreal, not necessarily not necessarily a massively tough. I mean, they lost to Tottenham, so I don't know.
Villarreal haven't won the match yet.
No, that don't work, I'm afraid, Missy. Right. Oh, it's getting aggro. Oh, Chris Nix is here. Hey, darlings. Anthony, Dan, have you pinched Amarim tactic board and nailed it to the wall asking for a friend? No, that's actually just a tactic board. I used to use it a lot more than I do now because you can do it all online now. But I do like to play around with the the positions of the players, just trying to understand who's marking who. It's an ornament now, isn't it? Yeah, people watch YouTube on TV now. It's mad. Like, what will they think of next? I do. I just don't watch this. I'm on it. Just because Mikel played for Rangers doesn't mean he's shit. By the way, 50 games, 50-50. It's a season to back the team, back the manager, back the club. Yes. I mean, theoretically, that's every season. Shouldn't it be every season? Zanzi, I'll ask you that question. Zanzi, should it be every season?
I back the team every game we play.
Every game?
I wouldn't. Yeah, I will never go into a game saying that we're going to lose. If I think it's going to be a really tough game, I said, well, could be a draw this.
How did you feel, honestly, about the Atletico game?
I honestly thought we'd have been 2-0.
Okay.
I honestly couldn't see them scoring, even though they got Alvarez and they scored 5 against Real Madrid.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because of our defence.
I don't know. For me, I don't know. I didn't really have an opinion. Like, I'm taking the Champions League off this season. I don't give a shit. Honestly, yeah, it's great if you win it. But the league, I learned last season that the league is just a league. You just turn up and play your games, and if you win them all, you don't have an extra 2 games to play. If you come 8th, you don't have an extra 2 games to play. Hardly really a super advantage. Yeah, I want to win every game, like anyone who supports a football team. But when I went into the game, I had no nerves before the Atletico game, and I had a lot more nerves at Fulham away. I will have a lot more nerves Crystal Palace home. For me, this season is all about winning the Premier League. Everything else is great. It's a trinket. It's a cup. You know, if you win a cup, yes, you're the. No one says, "Oh, you won the FA Cup. You must have been the best team in England." You know, I think the Champions League, with its league format, and it tends to find the best teams tend to make the last 4. Perhaps you do feel that Paris Saint-Germain were the best team in Europe. Certainly by the end of the tournament, they definitely appeared to be. And they did for us. So they were better than us, whatever Arteta says. But I'm happy to say that for me, it's all about the league. That's the trophy you win where you show you were the best team in the country. And that's important to me. Always be important to me. But of course,
I would always put the Premier League ahead of the Champions League.
Yeah, but I mean, having said that, I am aware of the conversation that happens every season where would you rather win one or the other? And let's be honest, I've waited a long time to see us win it. But I think it's difficult to explain to people who are sort of under 30 now that I haven't really waited all my life to see it. You know, in 89, when we won the league, we qualified for it. You did used to only qualify for the Champions Cup when you won the league. So it wasn't a competition I ever saw us playing regularly. And then when it changed with the Champions League format, so much had changed. But when we first qualified for it under Arsene Wenger, we were fucking abject. You know, we just couldn't do it. You think of that 97, 98 double winning team, couldn't beat Lens. It was like, Europe's different. It's a different way of playing and everything, you know. And we never really mastered it. And then it took us the better part of a decade to find our footing in that tournament. And it was only after our league form had declined and there was more on the line. I think the problem that a successful team will always have, and what makes trebles and quadruples so difficult, is that when you are fighting out at the top of the league and you qualify for the semi-final of the League Cup, maybe you don't play it as if it's do or die. Maybe Newcastle did and we didn't. I don't know. I'm trying to find explanations for a really poor set of performances. But if you are top of the table at the end of January or early mid-February, the League Cup does not have the same significance. The Champions League has not yet taken on that significance. I think the title is the one that lasts that we go for. It has to be the title this season. If Arteta wins the Champions League, it'll be great. But I want to know why we didn't win the Premier League. Because we are a Premier League. This, to me, feels like a Premier League winning team. It feels very much like the 91 Premier League winning side. We've lost a game, so we're not going to be invincible. But we can very realistically chase down conceding the fewest goals of any Arsenal team. And that is amazing. Take on Chelsea's 15-goal challenge. We're on target to do that right now after, 8 games gone. 20% of the league's done. We're a fifth of the way through it, and we've conceded 3 goals.
Not bad, is it?
I love it. I absolutely love it. There is no other correct option available. It's a season to back the team. I agree with you. Totally agree with you. I think we're all on the same page. I think we all enjoy the energy as well of supporting the team and believing and having hope. And there is an element of faith there, because you can't believe because you don't know, but you can have faith. And I have faith. I have faith in this squad. I think there are frailties and mentality possibly, but we can overcome that with a great team performance. If Haaland goes out injured, who's picking up the slack? I don't know. Marmoush might come in. Cherky might prove. I'm surprised with Reinders. I thought he was going to be better. He's in my fantasy league team. We will look at the fantasy league, Earth Vader. Might do it on Thursday now, just because there's so much to talk about now. Look at that. And it's almost predicted. Don't forget to do the Gooner FPL. I will do it. If I don't do it tonight, can I promise I'll definitely do it tomorrow? We're the best team in the world. Drink it in. By far the greatest team the world has ever seen. Always happened. I'm going into every single game, not even remotely worried if we see a dodgy first half. We're going to see the second half turn, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Charles is here. Brilliant to see you. 100% dance with you. We are up to win the league. In fact, domestic treble, Champions League will take more attempts. City had 8 attempts. Guardiola had 6 attempts before winning. We keep reaching semi-finals. We win. Beautiful, beautiful comment. 100% agree with that. Great to see you as well, Charles. Welcome indeed. Also, somebody told me tonight that Madrid smashed our Madrid past week. Gone, yeah, 5-2. Alicia pointed that out, I think it was. We might actually be the best team in the world at present. Paris Saint-Germain would have something to say about that, I think.
Possibly Barcelona.
Well, they're not even top of their league, so I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't even know who's top of their league. It's probably Real Madrid, is it?
Yeah, it's Real Madrid.
It could be Real Madrid then.
No, Real Madrid aren't the best team in the league. I don't think. I don't know who's going to win Serie A, La Liga. Beg pardon. But at the moment, they've both lost a game. I think Barcelona lost on the weekend, if I'm right. No, I was wrong. They won. They lost the weekend. Care. Well, I don't watch it. I don't watch La Liga. No. I make no apologies. Atletico not getting hot shower at Emirates a reason for the poor showing. They didn't shower in their hotels as well. What is that about? I missed this whole story. Sean sent me a thing talking about it. I heard that there was no... the Arsenal team apologised to Atletico Madrid because there was no hot showers. Does anyone know more about this?
No, I thought it was some spoof going around, but...
Let me look up Arsenal hot showers, because it does seem a bit much. Arsenal apologise after a hot water failure at the Emirates Stadium sees the side heading to their hotel for showers following a training session. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, we had to go to our 5-star hotel for a shower. We should have hosed them down in the car park. Over a 90-minute game, we beat them. Who are you talking about? Paris Saint-Germain? Barcelona? Who are you talking about? I don't know. Like in a 90-minute game, don't tell me there's anyone we should be scared of. I think we're better than PSG and Barca. I don't know. I don't know. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Right now, at present, the 22nd of October in South Africa, it looks like we're the best team in the world. Club team, at least. I love it. Put a pin in that. Isn't that great? And we've done it with a terrible manager. We've somehow overcome the obstacle of a half-wit in charge, a psychopathic half-wit, and somehow, with players that he chose or didn't choose, or both chose and didn't choose, we've managed to somehow become all right. You know, maybe not as good as the Unai Emery era where we got to a final. You know, that was brilliant. Maybe we could do with Mustafi back in the team somewhere. But generally speaking, I'm happy.
Or David Luiz.
I liked him. I did like him. He had something about him at a time when no one seemed to want to play football. Madrid, we just put 5 past them. Don't make me chuckle. We are the best team in the world currently. How can anybody possibly argue with that? Do you know there is an emergency stream right now where they're trying to work out how they can argue with you on that one? I'm not going to argue with you on it. The gist on the showers is that Simeone's training wasn't hard enough to warrant cold showers. They cut off the water to our rivals' facilities a day before after it rained on them after training. Long may it contain. Do you think some of our success this season is down to the fact they've taken the tunnel off, as they exposed it to the Emirates atmosphere?
Ooh.
Barca and Madrid. I don't know. I'm not here to argue with anyone who says we're by far the greatest team the world has ever seen. That's how I've always felt. That's how I'm always going to feel. Given a choice between supporting Arsenal and anybody else, I'd pick Arsenal. Always have done. Always will do. Arsene analysed us on beIN Sports and said, in this age, he will not choose to be a 100% offensive coach. It was that time, and this time is different. He said, this time Arsenal is prepared with a squad. Yeah, I do think it's funny when you look back at the leagues we've won and how many points we've won it with. It was like 74 points we won in 98. It's crazy. Like the standard has risen to a really high place. Loads of comments coming in. I love that comment, by the way, Charles. Thanks. Keep them coming in. One team that slightly scares me is 115 and the Orc up front. Yeah. What is happening there? Because we're surely less than weeks away from. I mean, they said October. They said international break. This verdict has taken 9 months to write up. Now, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know why it takes so long to write these up. But I'm okay with it taking a long time to write up the decision, so that it's a loophole free. But surely we're going to find out that Man City are innocent or guilty imminently, and that's going to have an impact on the title race. Surely.
Maybe if the lawyer's on £500 an hour, they're just doing sort of like one word every hour to write down this £500 document.
I wonder if they are paid hourly. I think they might be, but nonetheless, I mean, the reason for making sure that the decision is written up in an airtight, loophole-free way is so that you don't incur millions of pounds of appeal charges. Whatever happens, if there is an element of a loophole, Man City's lawyers will form up like Megatron and pick holes in it. This process is a lengthy process, but if it stops at this point, if there is no appeal, if there's nothing Man City can do or say, and they will, whatever happens, then it's worth it. I'd just be glad to see the back of it, to be honest with you. I think we all will, won't we? Let's also not be overconfident as fans. There is an up and there will be down in the season. The way we respond down will also matter when we have it in our hands come April, May. Yeah. I think we have a duty as fans. Those of us who go to games, Nath, you have more responsibility. But we have a duty to cheer on our fans. And I think about when Robbie Lyle from AFT was talking about he was filming outside the Fulham ground and Sander Berger came out afterwards and said he wanted a picture taken with Robbie Lyle. Clearly, and he said he was a big fan of AFTV. You can't tell me that Arsenal players don't watch social media. I doubt many of them watch the really disgustingly nasty ones, but AFTV, I'm sure they watch. And I want to send them messages through the Gooner channel. I want to say, look, we're behind you guys. You're on the pitch delivering. I don't see anyone not putting 100% in. We won't know until the end of the season if you're good enough or not. But if you work as hard as you're working now and you play as a team as you have been, I fully believe this is going to be our year. And I cannot wait to celebrate with you come May. That's the dream. That's what we all want. Some of us have a weird way of going about it with constant criticism, sniping, griping, and complaining. I would maybe suggest those people find some other way to vent their spleen. But the rest of us, I think we're all doing our job, aren't we? I think we're all saying this is. I'm going to cheer them on and be proud of them when they take on a team like Atletico Madrid, who've just beaten Real Madrid 5-2 and aren't obviously shit, although. Watch this space on YouTube. They're going to be saying it later tonight. I'm going to watch streams where they're all going, well, yeah, this Atletico Madrid team, they're not that good anymore. But, we beat them 4-0. They had one shot on target and none of us are sure what it was.
Or this Atletico Madrid team who beat Real Madrid 5-2. They beat the other team in the previous Champions League round 5-1. They came back against Liverpool and were unlucky to lose 3-2.
That was a great game as well. That was a much different.
And then as soon as they come to Arsenal, well, they're shit. That's why Arsenal beat them.
Shit. You can see they're shit. I mean, what have they ever? And also they've got a shit manager. That'll be the new thing. Yeah. It's nice to clock this one up next time they say we've got to get rid of Arteta and bring in Simeone. You go, not sure I want that.
But pundits always do this. Doesn't matter who we play. If we beat a team who's just stuffed someone 6-0 and Arsenal played them, they say, wow, they're not as good as the team that beat so-and-so 6-0. And think, well, hang on, it's exactly the same bloody team.
Yeah. I don't think you can. There are there are people who don't like Arsenal.
Yeah.
Some of them occupy, Jamie O'Haha and Lord Haha, and it's okay. It's all right if Jamie O'Haha doesn't like us. I mean,
fucking Carragher as well, twat. I mean, he was moaning about Arsenal being defensive. And then he was going on. She said, "Well, Liverpool should, when they're going 1-0 up, they should just sit back on that one goal." I'm thinking, well, hang on. He's just been complaining about Arsenal doing the same thing, and now he's wanting Liverpool to do exactly that.
Can you take Jamie Carragher all that seriously if he's going to spit at girls?
No.
I think your opinion. Thank you, Jamie, for your opinion. But we're just going to park that there with all the other head cases and move on and talk to the grown-ups in the room. He comes from Sweden. The girls are very nice. He dumped his girlfriend to play in red and white. He's scoring goals with the cannon on his chest. His name is Victor Gyökeres. There's got to be a way of getting the fact he scores with his willy in there, isn't there? He made him look silly. Let Yamal be better than Saka. Let Haaland be better than Gyökeres. Let Hakimi be better than Timber. We just have to be better than some... Beautiful, beautiful comment. I'm definitely putting a pin in that. I love that comment. You know what? Like, absolutely 100% agree. I'm tired of people going, oh, yeah, but Saka's not world class. All right, then. Okay. Alan Smith wasn't world class, but, he won a league. He was Golden Boot winner, and he won the last trophy in Europe. So, it doesn't matter if he's world class. It matters if the team is world class. If we're not a world class team, go and find someone for us to play that isn't going to be light work. Because you went and got one of the best. You've got a team in Spain that are probably my best form at the moment over the last 3 or 4 games. And we kind of dunked on them, didn't we? We literally just went, I thought you were good. Like, have a shot. We almost gave them a shot at the end just to make them happy, didn't we? This is not a shit team until we beat them. Everybody's a shit team when we beat them. Well, then there's a lot of shit teams out there. And also I didn't hear an awful lot from Jamie Carragher about when Man City came to the Emirates and parked their bus. Beat Atletico and the defensive mastermind Simeone 4-0. The fuck out of here. We're clear. Exactly. All good. Thanks. Ha. So true. The goalposts move every fucking time. And let them. It's almost more fun when they spend the entire season telling us we're shit and then we win it anyway. And they've all got to go, well, great team. They'll do this. When Henry and Bergkamp were in their pomp, when we were invisible, it wasn't until 10 years after that people gave us our flowers. At the time, they weren't going around going, you lot are amazing. I love... I've had so many people talking shit about how we used to be everyone's second favourite team and they said how much they loved. They didn't say it at the time. They just said it when we were shit 10 years later. And I don't give a shit if we're nobody's second favourite team. I honestly think Arsenal for Gooners and everyone else can support Man United, Man City, or whatever the flavour of the month is. You support who the fuck you want. If you suddenly want to be a Chelsea fan, do it. Have at it. I've never requested anyone be an Arsenal fan. Arsenal is for Arsenal fans and we support our team. And when we win, we're fucking delighted about it. And when we're not, we move on. Is Raya having brain farts in games a concern? Maybe hard work is getting him all the luck. You stupid hold onto that challenge the opposition player in the corner. He had better options to choose. Uncharacteristic. I to be fair, I could absolutely see why he thought that ball was going to stray off and panicked a little bit. Perhaps he's having these brain farts because there's nothing to do.
Yeah, he's on board. Oh, go after the ball.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There was a moment where he was a brilliant sweeper keeper in the second half where he just came out and hoofed it. Sorry, was it first half or second half?
First half, wasn't it?
Yeah, he has had his moments. Like, yeah, he might not have had a shot to save, but he has had his moments. And I don't know. Like, I mean, when you look back at the statistics of goalkeeper and go, he hasn't conceded a goal in a month. He hasn't conceded a goal in, what was it, 5 games now? We played Newcastle on the 28th of September. He has, and Voltemard scored his goal in that game came in the 34th minute. So it's 56 minutes of that game where no one else scored. 90 minutes against Olympiacos, 146 minutes. 90 minutes against West Ham, 236 minutes. 90 minutes against Fulham, 326 minutes. And 90 minutes against 400 and something minutes of football. I mean, it's getting to 6 hours.
417.
Like 7 hours. It's like, it's just, what do you want to do? Like, maybe he's lucky. I don't care. If he doesn't concede another goal for the rest of the season and he's got a deck chair and a book in the guy, I don't care. I'd love it. I'd love to see him do it. I'd love to see him bring his own football out and play with that and shoot and score. Do you know what I mean? Like, because what else are you going to do? I'd love him at the end of the season to have not conceded a goal and just go, oh, fuck it, come here and score an own goal. Just for shit. Take a goal kick and whack it in. Just go, that one's for you, Tottenham. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know what else you're supposed to do. The people who really piss on our parade when we're playing really well and we don't get results and go, it's not about how you play, it's about getting 3 points, are the same people trying to piss on our parade because we're getting 3 points but not playing well. And tonight, we played well and got 3 points. I don't know what they're going to find to be pissed off about. I can't wait to watch and fight the clips because I won't watch the full streams, but I'll watch some of the clips. No one likes us, no one likes us, no one likes us. We don't care. We're Arsenal, super Arsenal. We're Arsenal from the growth. I love it if we could just adopt that attitude all the time. Who sold Saka? Who said Saka isn't world class? I need names and addresses. So many people. He's not as good as Foden, and Foden falls off. Well, he's compared to everyone. Last season he was compared to Salah. This season he's not being compared to Salah.
He's not as good as Palmer.
There was that one season he wasn't as good as Palmer. Two seasons he wasn't as good as Foden. And last season he wasn't as good as Mo Salah. And this season he's not as good as Yamal. All right. He's not as good as Jesus either. You skipped me comment that Charles isn't responding to. How come Zanzi doesn't tell Dan when he's skipping a comment? Yeah, Zanzi.
I didn't notice that you had skipped it.
What was it? Let me see if I can find it. What was this comment?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think Saka's as good as Donnarumma in goal, but there again.
Where's the comment I've skipped? I haven't skipped a single comment of yours. You skipped me comment that Charles is responding to. Okay. Wait there. They're all there, We're the best team, but I think other teams have better talent in specific positions. For instance, Yamal is better than Salah. Haaland better than Gyok. Maybe. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know how you compare two players, really. It's difficult, isn't it? But I'm okay with that. I would absolutely say that. All right, Yamal. Let's say I can agree with your statement that Yamal is better than Saka, but I wouldn't swap them. Haaland is better than Gyok. I think that's an obvious statement. I think Haaland is a goal scoring machine. I don't think anyone's done what Haaland's done. Is it something ridiculous? He's scored like 24 goals already this season. Yeah, Hakimi might well be better than Timber, but I wouldn't swap him. I've watched Hakimi a fair bit. I wouldn't swap him. But if that's, I see what Charles is responding to. They're up there, blah blah blah, and yeah, you let Yamal. But yeah, Charles, I think is spot on here. It doesn't matter. It's not an individual game, is it? And now I've lost my place. Is Bray having brain farts? I don't mind. Long way to go, but we have a much stronger team than the work rate is. The work rate is amazing. It absolutely is unquestionably there. The way we defend as a team, I love how we hunt impacts. I love how little time opposition players get on ball. It feels a little bit unfair. It feels like a wildlife documentary with hyenas and a gazelle, doesn't it? It just feels like, one of the Atletico Madrid players gets a ball and he's about to look up and he's suddenly surrounded by three players and he's like, ah! No one likes us. We don't care. Who said Saka? I need names and address. There you go. Anjad Malmich. What the fuck is that? Victor.
That's he scored with his dick. He scored with his dick. Victor,
can you sing it in Swedish then?
No.
Right. Yeah, agreed, Charles. Don't like it when Rare comes off his line outside the box. Makes me cringe. I'd buy him a fucking hammock. Do you know what? Let's get Rare a hammock and then he won't come off his line. Just chill out. Just, get out of the hammock if anyone's in our half. That's it. The rest of the time, read a book. He's not done it intentionally, dear. Difficult to scroll through and get every comment. Dan will pick it up. Thank you, Rosie. It is difficult, especially if Zandy won't remind me. For me, it's a lack of respect in giving Mikel his flowers. He's our manager. You don't shit on your own club. You do, though, nowadays. Absolutely, you do nowadays. Nowadays, it's how you get an audience. You go, everything's shit. I hate Win the Dog. Makes me angry. Our PR team, our owners, our stadium, our fans, our players, the grass. Fresh has smoked all the grass, obviously. I've absolutely no idea who they are. Enlighten me. I cannot enlighten anyone. Jason Sudeikis is an American actor, quite funny in We're the Millers. Oh, okay. Aston Villa playing on Thursday too. Of course they are. Tottenham watch EastEnders. Right, where are we up to? Great cast. Idris Elba is an Arsenal fan. I believe that, but I couldn't care less.
Did you see that?
Yes, Ted Lasso.
Against Fulham, Mick Jagger was in the stadium.
Yeah, I didn't know he was an Arsenal fan. I did not know he was an Arsenal. I just assumed he must be a Fulham fan. That made a whole bunch more sense to me. Oh, I love him.
Yeah. I do like
What are you talking about, Keith?
Oh,
Arteta's a maniac. What I don't know.
Start me up.
I'm happy finally seeing Eze doing well under lights in Champions League, but I'm 100% certain when Odegaard returns, Gyökeres will go one up step. Process of finding the centre forward comes naturally to him, not Eze. I think I saw this, and I think it was on Handbrake Off. They were talking about, look, don't forget, Eze and the players who are struggling the most are the players who aren't necessarily, so Gyökeres and Eze are not necessarily used to playing against such defensive teams. They'll find their feet. I think there's nothing wrong with taking a half a season to get match fit and game ready and know your place in the team. And I think they've both settled in really well. Zubimendi looks like he's been playing with us for more than...
He's brilliant, doesn't
he? He's so good. He just gets on with it. He's totally the least flash player I think we've got. You've got players around him. You've got Declan Rice, who I absolutely adore, running around like a Labrador. You've got, you look at it, Eze trying stuff, and you've got Saka taking people on. But behind it all, you've got Zubimendi just going, here, have this. It's a good ball.
So someone made a good comment today about Gyökeres' goals. And he says that's why Arsenal bought him, because he's a striker and he's in the right place.
Yeah, I certainly don't disagree with that. But I think we bought him for a bit of fan pressure, didn't we? I thought everyone got sick of hearing that we need a striker and then we'll buy a striker. We did need a striker. But for me, the signing of the season so far, I think Eze's given me so much enthusiasm for the game. For watching, but realistically, it's Zubimendi. He has been really good. I'm such a fan, and I think if
so is Mosquera. He's been brilliant as well.
Yeah, but he hasn't played for a while now, has he?
No, but for first teamers, Zubi's no problem with him there. Brilliant,
absolutely loving him. Idris Dam's going to bed. Mind you, you say this and then you stay up for 2 hours with us, but. Idris, get some good sleep. See you Thursday, mate. Might have to do a show. Anthony's going to be upset with me. Going to have to do an FPL show tomorrow just because we're getting to the 2 hour mark and I have like 12 interviews to do tomorrow. So I'm fully up against the schedule.
That's so weird that was when you said see you Thursday. I'm thinking, well, aren't we having a Tuesday one? I'm thinking this is the Tuesday one.
This is the Tuesday one, and also it wouldn't be Thursday, it'd be Friday. So I am going to throw in an extra show tomorrow to talk about the FPL Fantasy Premier League. Get it all sorted out. Take care, young man. Young man. Good to see you. Young man. Young man. I want Nathan. Well, you can't have Nathan. We're winning something major this season. I agree. I think that's the spirit. I think, attaboy, up the Arsenal. Arsenal for Arsenal forever. Whatever the weather at the right time. Victor Gyökeres said to TT on CBS Sports, weight of 14 shirt, he's happy to wear it, had the goals in the past and will have goals in the future. Also great confidence, even though Barron spell. I just don't think he should have the 14 shirt. I love his confidence in having that shirt. I think if Alexander Isak had come to Arsenal, you could wear that shirt, but I think it's going to weigh a bit heavy. The number 9 shirt was taken though, wasn't it? So
Yeah, Jesus got it, hasn't
they? Yep. Good luck getting it off Jesus. But now he's got 14. He can't. Eddie Nketiah had the number 14, and it did give him the help.
he could have had number 10 though.
No, because 10's taken. Oh, is 10 taken? Who's got 10? Let me have a look.
Number 10.
Eze's got 10.
Yeah, but Eze came after Yoki, didn't he?
Yeah, but he wouldn't want the 10. He's not a 10.
No.
He's 9. He should have had the 9. But I think shirt numbers, fuck it. Just replace them with names. I don't care. That was the best Brian Clough impression I've ever heard. Lol, young man. I was doing them on Sunday, mate. I get no credit for the work I put into this show. Young man, if you don't fix that kettle... Oh, I lost it. I've lost the ability to do impressions. We are heading to the end of the show. Just want to remind everyone why we were here tonight. Love it. How many YouTube channels come up with a song minutes before the game? Come on. Click a like. If you haven't clicked like yet, you're embarrassing yourself. Zanji,
you minutes before the game.
No, after the game. Before the show.
No, but you actually said minutes before the game.
I misspoke. I came up with it. But come on, I came up with it.
I mean, if you did that before the game, wow.
No, I didn't. I came up with it after the game had finished, before the stream, in 22 minutes. So,
no, but I'm thinking if he had done it before the game, that is some.
People would say I'd made it up because we've been playing like that, because we've been playing boring, and actually, it's quite the opposite. It's ironic, although people won't get that. Gyok take 9 shirts next season. It's not that big, just 1 shirt. I'm calling it. Be kind to each other and yourselves. My chat member of the evening is Charles. I think that's fair. Although, may I also point out, I think Charles may have had the best comment of the night with "Let Yamal be better than Saka." But Atleti beat Real Madrid 5-2 a few days ago. Alicia, that was strong. And Naif with "Stick your Irish breakfast up your ass" is going to definitely. It's going to make me happy every time I accidentally get to see his face on my... Oh, Miss Bellina, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're here too late. We're going now. I missed you. When are you next coming on? Sandy and I miss you. Stick a comment in the chat if you want to see Miss Melina on the show, because there's only one Queen of Arsenal and we miss you. Miss Melina. No pun intended.
I'm trying to work out Idris's finger red number 1 thing.
Finger red. I think it's he's a bot, right? I think this is machine code.
Oh, right.
I think if you plug that into a kettle, it will try and kill you. That's been an electric kettle, obviously, but I think that's machine code for the end of the world.
Maybe that needs to be plugged into something like Deep Blue, and it'll come up with the proper meaning.
I don't know what video that is. What have you been watching?
No, Deep Blue is a
computer. I know Deep Blue is a chess computer. Yes, it beat Gary Kasparov. I'm a chess nut. Let's not forget that.
Are you?
Yeah, I am a bit of a chess nut.
You have to have an online game of chess, I think.
I would like that, except I kind of spent a year of my life playing chess 8 hours a day, and at the end of it, I discovered that I couldn't stand chess anymore. All I used to read was chess books. I modeled my defense game on Capablanca, the Nims of Indian, the Caro-Kann was my chosen defense almost entire. I know the Caro-Kann to the first 8 moves, pretty solid. And I realized I wasn't having any fun at all. I was 26 years old and I was just playing chess all day, every day, dreaming of chess. And and I never really got any better than a 1700 rating. Just don't have it in me. Just not. I'm never going to be a great player.
I haven't played chess for 50 odd years, so.
Oh, maybe we'll. Maybe I'll give you a quick online game. I know that Rosie's always talking to me about playing online Monopoly, which I'm bang up for, but we never seem to get around to it. Christmas is coming. Right.
I can remember when I went to secondary school and I saw this thing, chess club, so I thought I'll go and join that. And I played this kid and I absolutely walloped him. And he sort of shook me hand and walked off. And someone looked at me and said, "You know that, or don't you?" He said, "No." He says, "He's our chess champion." And he's some like 5th-year chess champion who hadn't lost for 3 or 4 years.
My granddad had the great privilege of being an exhibition match that Botvinnik, the great chess master Botvinnik, came to, and there were he played 12 of the chess club at once, and my granddad they said one of them would be allowed to cheat because as he goes from board to board, you can move one piece in your advantage. And my granddad happened to be the person that was allowed to cheat. So when he was right at the other side of the room, he moved a piece slightly more advantageously than it should have been. And Botvinnik came to play his move and looked at the board and looked at it for a bit longer and then went and knocked my granddad's king over. There's a different brain going on there. I can't play chess. These guys can. I know because I used to play chess. I had a coach for a bit, not a real coach, but someone who was really good. Euston Centre had a chess game that would happen every Saturday. And this guy, he would be able to play chess games with you just by saying the board. So you could be looking at board going and he'd go E2, E4, E7, E6, and he'd just do it in his head. And I was like, and it was him that actually said to me, he said, you have to have spatial awareness to be a good chess player. I don't think you've got it. And he's right. I'm never going to be a good chess player. But if you want a game of poker, I'm there. Hear me out. I've got to make more of that. We'll do that. We'll do a show tomorrow. We'll do the show tomorrow. It's a show tomorrow, guys. You're number 1 on YouTube. I knew it. Yes. Zanti, we've made it.
Woo.
And as friends. Oh, I love you too, Idris Adam. I played a guy who boasted about being 2,000 rated and I drew with him after not playing chess for a decade. That's pretty solid. He's definitely talking out of his arse then. The best I've ever done is get a draw out of an 1850 yellow, I think. Anyone remember the movie Hook? Yes, you lewd, crude, bag of pre-chewed food dude. Robin Williams' face, and he's like, "There you are, Pete. How's I feel about tonight's performance? That's a real Arsenal. I fucking love it." Well said, Jose. Card, red penalty. All right, okay. He's definitely speaking machine language. Zanti, you better get your last thoughts out after I read Wise Talk Sports salty against Arsenal. Their loudmouths already yap on their channel, but go on other channels like Sky Under Fans Forums, Jamie O'Hara, however they seem to Arsenal fan channel. You get reactions out of Arsenal fans when you badmouth Arsenal. Not me, though, because I'm going to be like, yeah, you're right, we suck. I feel bad for Atletico Madrid, how bad we are, and we still managed to somehow eviscerate them in front of a viewing public. Zandy, last thoughts. We have 1 minute.
Well, I thought it was a disgraceful match today. We let someone have a shot on target. Dan, I'm being emotional. It's been emotional. Everyone in chat has been emotionally charged, and you're our number 1 YouTuber.
I am, and I knew I would be one day. Mr. Beast, take that, you bitch. All of you are wonderful. All of you are impeccably presented tonight, and I'm so grateful to you for being here. They don't like us, bro. Fuck them anyway. They chose the wrong team. Not my fault, not my baby. Is closing sentiments for the evening. We are the Arsenal. We are top of the league. We are top of the league. We are by far the greatest team the world's ever seen, and we could not do it without you.
Can I just quickly say it's really funny the fact that Idris Adam said he was leaving and he hasn't.
I know he does that every time. We're addictive. Anyway, I've got 10 seconds to let you all go. Until I see you tomorrow night, there is a show. Be lucky. Lots of love.
Bye.